Let's see. Miss Paula, can you hear me? Ooh. I'm gonna make sure you can hear me. Let me make sure I'm on. Okay, so I am on here. Hey everybody, it's Shamika. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. So okay, thank you, Miss Paula, for letting me know you can hear me. I appreciate that. Hey TikTokers, how y'all doing? I'm hoping it's not too much noise in the background with this fan. If it is, y'all be sure to let me know. Hey, sweetie 52. Okay, y'all. Today is tax day. Okay. If you have not gotten your taxes done, then you need to look at filing an extension. All right. Hopefully, y'all done got y'all. It's too much noise. Okay. Hold on. Let me fix my fan. Let me turn the fan off. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Paula. Somebody said it was. I'm trying. Okay. Um, you know what? The name Big Dusty Bitch is really throwing me right now. Okay. But I'm gonna let you have that. I'm glad because I didn't think it was that loud, but it's okay. So anyway, today is Monday. Thank y'all for being here. If y'all missed me last week, it was my birthday. And so I have turned the ripe, wonderful age of 45, and I was out enjoying myself. So I was not around. Don't worry, y'all didn't miss anything. Okay. First and foremost, thank y'all for being here. Hey Sierra, thank you. Sierra, say happy birthday. I appreciate it. It's Aries season, okay? If anybody has any questions about anything, please go ahead and drop them now. We're mostly going to be talking about what's going on with the IRS. It is a whole big old mess. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. You know they're trying to keep it on the shh because it's election season, okay? But whether you guys know it or not, it's a whole lot of people who have not been paid, okay? They have not received their tax refund. Thank you, Miss Paula, saying happy belated birthday. I appreciate that, okay? So I'm telling you, if you guys have not received your tax refund, please do not sit around and wait for them to tell you what is wrong. You need to call the IRS ASAP and find out. I would prefer you guys to get your transcripts, okay? IRS.gov, get your transcripts and look for the 3-digit code that is in front of where it shows your refund amount. So if you have not gotten your taxes, you need to pull your transcript, look at your 3-digit code and see. A lot of people are getting refund freezes, and a lot of people are, how you doing, tough love? And a lot of people are getting, when they go to where's my refund, they are seeing that it is still showing processing. And then there are some people who are actually calling the IRS and they're saying that they can see nothing. Thank you. Tough love says hit that like button. Y'all know I get to talking and forget all about it. So if you're watching here on TikTok, please hit the like button, share, follow, tag your friends. Same thing here on YouTube. And I'm not sure if I put it to Facebook. Yeah, I did put it to Facebook. So if you're watching, you're welcome, Sweetie 52. Okay. If you guys need your taxes done, okay, y'all have been harassing me since 7 o'clock this morning, but I will make sure that your stuff is done by tonight so that it is in. Okay. Let me go back to the processing part. If it's showing on your, if it's still showing that it's still processing, or if you log into your IRS.gov account and you see that it has a star by 2023, that means that the IRS is showing that they have not received your taxes. What they are doing this year is, if you need to verify yourself, they are not even processing the taxes. Okay. Basically, it is at a halt. So if you guys have not received your refunds, you need to see if you are one of those individuals that actually has to go and verify themselves. If that is you, then you need to make an appointment. Okay. I don't know if you guys have been seeing on the news, but I just saw in Houston, there was a big old fight that broke out at the IRS office because people had been waiting since 3 o'clock in the morning outside with lawn chairs waiting to go and get themselves verified. And then some people who just decided, they just woke up, wanted to skip the line. A fight broke out. The IRS shut its office down. That's probably gonna happen in other places. So if you have to go in, and I'm gonna get to your question in a second, if you have to go and verify yourself, see if it's possible for you to make an appointment so that you can be one of the first ones in and out, because there will be a line. There will be people coming from all over the place. Okay. So the IRS is not playing with these taxes, and the way that they're doing taxes now is exactly the way that they're going to continue to do taxes in the future. Okay. All right. So let me see what Trash Girl is saying. How you doing, Trash Girl? All right. Trash Girl says IRS sent a letter stating 1095A was missing when the form was filed. So 1095A is your healthcare, your Obamacare form. All right. A lot of you guys are finding out that you were getting a refund until you put in your 1095A from from the marketplace. And a lot of you are realizing that your refunds are being reduced because something came out when they put in your health form. So I'm gonna just let y'all know that is your premium. Okay. There are sometimes if you don't keep the insurance for the whole year, and say you got a job, you change jobs, and now your job is going to give you coverage. Well, the government wants some of that money back because they already prepaid a lot of this stuff for you. So a lot of you are noticing that your refunds will change once you put in your 1095 A form. Okay. Now this is for all my late filers. All right. I know some of y'all are late to the game. Okay. But please be mindful that if you have that healthcare marketplace form and you did not put it in, you need to make sure you check it first to make sure you're going to get the refund that you're supposed to, because refunds are actually being reduced. Okay. All right. The queen says, how do we know if we need to verify ourselves? You will know you need to verify yourself simply by going to the irs.gov website. You can actually pull up your own account, people. Pull up your own account and you will see if you have a star next to 2023. That means they are not showing anything for you. I have a lot of people whose taxes have been filed. They've been e-filed. They've been sent and received from the IRS. But on the portal, it's still showing that there's nothing there because they have to verify themselves. Okay. They are doing it to all ages, old, young, people who got new children. It doesn't matter. The days of selling your kids to somebody else, this is going to get on my nerves, of selling your children to somebody else to claim them, they're making it harder. Okay. So now they need actual proof. They need you to come in with 2 years of your tax forms, the current year and the year before. You need to be, and you're going to have to verify yourself. Some of you are lucky enough that you're able to do it over the phone, but some of y'all are not going to. Another thing, if you keep getting your taxes rejected, saying that you need an IP pin, one of those identification pins, and the IRS is telling you that they've sent it to you and you never got it, if you call them twice and you say, I have not received my pin, so I cannot file my taxes, they're automatically not going to send the pin to you anymore. You also have to go down to your local IRS office and verify yourselves in order for you to get your new pin so that you can file. Okay. That's right. Tough Love says, please share and hit that like button. It's free. It sure is. Okay. So they are being a menace. Okay, so I definitely just want you guys to know, if you have not gotten your stuff. I did someone's taxes like 2 months ago, and they were just hitting me up like, hey, I haven't gotten my stuff yet. And I'm like, you just now saying something? But I already know why they haven't, because they have to verify themselves. And that's why a lot of you probably have not or will not get your refund money. Okay. If you have an outstanding, and I'll move on to something next after this. If you have a outstanding year, a refund that you're owed and you have not gotten it. I know a lot of people did some funny things during COVID time, and a lot of people are still waiting to get their refund. You also need to call the IRS to find out what the status is. Okay. A lot of them are just going to say, oh, we're still processing. Ask them if you need to verify. Do you need to amend? See what the representative's suggestions are. More than likely, they may send you to your local office. Usually the local office, those people are more friendly, and they're going to tell you what the deal is. They'll let you know for the most part, hey, you might want to change this because they're looking at your taxes. So if you have not received anything, you need to find out about that too. I don't know if you guys remember me talking last week. Thank you, Miss Darylyn. She said, happy birthday. I told you guys about the one lady that was waiting to get her tax refund. And I told you it was $83,000, right? Well, the IRS did pay her. Okay. I was almost certain that they were not going to pay her, but they did pay her. And I'm going to say to y'all the same thing I told her. Don't spend it all, because I would not be surprised if they do not come back to you later and say, yeah, we went through and we found out that none of this is true. And now you owe us all this money back, plus interest, late fees, and penalties. Okay. So stay tuned. I know why her refund took so long, and I'm going to get to that in a second. The IRS did put out, and I'm gonna see y'all, and I'm gonna answer y'all questions right after this. I promise. I just don't want to forget anything. The IRS did state that anyone who uses the fuel credit, I don't know if y'all seen my video on TikTok. I told y'all about the fuel credit. It's not normally used by average, ordinary, regular people. A lot of people were using it for truck. A lot of tax preparers were using it for truck drivers. That is not correct. So anyone who has a fuel credit, if you use that fuel credit form on the taxes, and this is for those who got friends, they be hooking them up. I'm telling you now, they are automatically stopping every single one of those, and they're verifying. If they believe that it is not correct, you will have to amend your taxes, or you just won't get a refund, period. Okay. So if you know somebody used a fuel credit, if you are not sure that somebody used a fuel credit, all you got to do is look through your tax forms. It will say it on the top. Just scroll through all the pages, and any of them that says fuel credit, that may be your reason why you haven't gotten your refund. That's exactly why the girl did not get her $83,000 refund, was because it was all fuel credit. Okay. They paid it, but I believe what they're going to do is they're going to take that $83,000 that they paid that person. They're probably going to ask her to pay it back at some point, but they're going to charge that to the person that did her taxes so that they can actually make a case. Okay. So don't be out here thinking that God blessed you because you ended up getting $83,000 tax refund and you know that it was not legit. Okay. God ain't got nothing to do with that. All right. So let me see what y'all saying real quick. Let's see. Boyd says, and thank y'all again for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that. Boyd Mickey says, are we getting child tax credit on the 15th of every month? No, that has not passed. Someone sent it to me because somebody said that it was on Facebook. So y'all know if somebody sends it, I'm going out, I'm going ham, I'm going to look, and it's not true. Okay. The only thing the IRS has about paying somebody on the 15th of every month was back when we had the COVID for kids. Okay. Shatra, is that your alarm? Sorry. They wanted to make sure that that wasn't people who had kids were getting the $1,500. Y'all know back during COVID time, okay, up until like 17 or whatever. That is it. They are not doing the 15th of every month, at least not as of today. Y'all remember what I told you? It is election season. So I would not be surprised if we don't just start seeing all kinds of false promises and things coming out of the woodworks to get you guys excited so that you can go and vote. Okay. And of course, they're going to want you to vote the way they want. So please don't let them lie to you. All right. Okay. All right. All right, Trash Girl. I read that. Hey, Aziza. I says, hi, sister. How are you? All right. Love you too, Haley. Thank you, Keisha, for saying happy birthday. Thank y'all for the happy birthdays. I do appreciate that. Looking beautiful like always. I know that's right. Thanks, girl. And tell your mama to call me, Haley, tomorrow. I will be free to talk. Tax season is over. Okay. Now, FYI, if you guys did not get your taxes done, please don't think that because today is tax day that means that you cannot do your taxes. That is not true. The only difference between today and tomorrow is tomorrow, if you file your taxes, the IRS will say, hey, you filed late. Now we can assess a late fee. Okay. That is the only difference. All right. But if your tax check wasn't that much anyway, you probably ain't got that much to worry about. It's not like it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars. That's the only difference. So please don't go out and be trying to kill yourselves to get these taxes done because you think that you have to get them done by today. It would be nice, but I know a lot of people may not. All right. Shay Graham says you look pretty, sis. Thank you very much. Boy says who is helping with housing. So y'all know housing gonna be kind of funny right now. Okay, y'all know they pick and choose how and when they want to do stuff. So I'm gonna tell everybody, like I always say, your best friend boy is 211. That's everybody. If y'all want to see what's out there, just call 211. A lot of y'all can just text 211. That's what I did. I didn't pick up the phone and talk to anybody. I text 211. I told them what I was looking for, and then they just sent me a text list of everything, phone numbers, address, and everything. So if that's something y'all want to do, please, by all means, do just that. Okay, 211. That's for everybody. And thank you for the birthday shout out. Teresa says, why the IRS delay? The IRS delay is simply because they are being vigilant. Okay, so I read their annual report the other day, and basically what they are saying, and get this, okay, they put this in writing. I couldn't even believe they said this, but they put this in writing, and they said the average what did they say? Well, people are thinking that we forgot about all the fraud that took place during COVID, and it says while you are getting on with your lives, we have not forgotten. We are still doing the work, basically. So basically what they are saying is they have not forgotten. They are still looking. And the delay is because they're doing just that. They are verifying everything. Also, guys, remember this. Coming up next year is when they're going to start doing the reporting for the Cash App, Venmo, Zelle. Remember, they were going to do it this year, but they decided to postpone it until upcoming tax season 2025. Okay, that'll be when we're doing our 2024 documents. Okay, but next year. So they are doing a lot of verification. Have y'all not noticed? They are making you verify the IRS. They are making you verify your businesses with the BOI. If you guys have not did your businesses, to report your businesses. Okay. If anybody needs help with that, let me know. But so everything now is verify, because basically what they're trying to do is trace the money. Okay. Now why they always come down so hard on middle and lower class? Well, we know why, because middle and lower class doesn't have the money like the rich to go and hire people to convolute and circumvent programs. Okay, so that means they always stick it to the middle and the lower class. All right, lower class is probably used to it because they're probably like, well, hell, we always broke. But who is feeling it now? The middle class, and the middle class is going to continue to feel this pinch. Okay, let me see what other question it says. How do you know if tax fraud? They will know if it's tax fraud simply because, well, the IRS uses metrics. Okay. A lot of times they just use their common sense. what a lot of y'all not even paying attention to is how many of you switch tax preparers. And when you switch tax preparers, now your tax preparer probably don't tell you this, they need your last year's forms. And the reason they need your last year's forms is because at least if this taxpayer lied, this tax preparer lied, when the new person comes along, they got to keep the lie. Okay. And I hate to say that in that way, but that's exactly how it is. Okay. Even if it's the truth, they still have to keep the truth rolling. I don't understand why people move around so much. Now I can see if you did it because of safety reasons or your tax preparer, they're gone or something like that. But switching all the time is horrible for you, the taxpayer, because you forget what one person did. Then when you go to the next person, they have no idea. And that is the easiest way people get caught, is because there's no continuation, or as they said, no continuity. It doesn't continue flowing the same. Okay. So someone will say to me, well, I never owed before. And I'm like, oh, you didn't? Well, let me see your taxes. Let me look and see what your last tax preparer did. As a matter of fact, don't give me 1 year, give me your last 2 years, and we're going to see what they did. So a lot of times when y'all switch, y'all need to go to y'all need to make sure you have your documents to give to the person, just so they can see what someone else did, so that they can follow suit. Okay. This is how a lot of y'all get caught up in little, small, simple things. All right. So, their easiest way to catch tax fraud that's one of them. They also know that, and I'll give y'all an example. This is a true story. All right. I got somebody right now. He owes $407. 407. That's not even a lot. Okay. But the question I get asked all the time, well, if I owe, does that mean I'm not getting a refund? For those that did not know this, but if you owe the IRS, then they have no reason to give you a refund. So if you owe them, that means no refund. That's number one. Number two, owing them $407. I know a lot of y'all probably like, damn, I was hoping to get some money back, but that really isn't that bad. Okay. So I had to break it down to this person so they can make some sense out of it. And I said, I take your $400 and I divide that by 26 times you get paid a year. That's $15 every 2 weeks you were short paying your taxes. You didn't pay enough. Okay. So if y'all find that you owe, it's because you didn't pay enough. And if you don't know how, you guys need to become very familiar with your W-4 form. I talk about this a lot, but it is so many of you guys that do not understand how to fill out that form correctly. And guess what? It's not going to change. That form doesn't become obsolete until 2020, not the form. We are operating under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, the TCJA. That was what Trump created when he was in office. Now, I don't know if y'all knew this, but a lot of times when we have a new president, we're still operating under what the old president did. Okay. So that's why so many of y'all probably, everybody keeps saying Trump did this and Trump did that. And I'm not saying what he did or didn't. I'm not trying to be political, but I do want to say a lot of stuff that happened under his reign was because it was still a rollover from what happened under the Obama administration. Okay. So right now, the reason y'all are owing so much on y'all doggone taxes is because of that form, because of the Tax Cuts and Job Act. So if you don't put the exact amount that you need taken out of your check so that you don't owe the IRS, then you will owe. And a lot of you don't even know how to do it because you cannot put exemptions. Exemptions are gone. Remember, we used to put, oh, I want 3 exemptions or I claim 0. That don't matter anymore. This form is not to be interpreted that way. And you're exactly right, Dre, assessing fiscal policies. You're right. So people don't understand that. So this is why you guys have been owing the last couple years, is because of that. Okay, because of how they chose to do this form. And if you don't fill it out right, your job is not going to know to take enough money out. So unfortunately, y'all don't find this out until tax time. Then you want someone to come in and create a Schedule C to help cover this deficit that you have. And that is where the IRS is getting everybody. there are more people getting in trouble behind trying to help their tax clients not have to owe money because they don't understand taxes. And this is why the government is pushing everybody to do free file. Okay, this is exactly why I told you they want to take tax preparation out of tax preparers' hands so that you have to deal directly with the IRS. Because if you have to deal directly with them, you guys are not going to argue when they say you owe them $407. You know what you're going to say? Okay, can I do a payment plan? And that's exactly what they want. When you go to tax preparers, you have a little wiggle room because 9 times out of 10, we list what you say. We don't know if you really made all the money you say you made or not. A lot of this is we got to go on trust. All right. But that's why they want to eliminate tax preparers so that, well, in my opinion, everybody's going to owe a little something. And they want you to pay and not have any way to get out of it. Okay. The name of the form is the W-4 form, but it is under the Tax Cuts and Job Act. So this W-4 form is different than the W-4 form that we are used to filling out back when it had exemptions. Okay. So it is different. Boy says, are they checking for SBA and PPP loans on your taxes? They are not this year because there was no SBA or PPP loans. Now, it was back in 2022. They were asking individuals to put if they had their PPP loans forgiven on their taxes. They did. Hardly nobody reported it. And that's not just middle class and lower class. That's the rich folks too. I don't believe anybody reported it because they came out so late to tell everybody to do it. But here is what they are going to be doing. You, if you got the PPP loan and it's not forgiven, then I don't know what you're waiting on. I cannot believe that there are still people out there that are telling me they have not done the forgiveness. Stop hiding, guys. This is your time to wipe it out. First and foremost, the PPP loan is unsecured. So if you took out a ridiculous amount because you lied, whatever it is, good, file bankruptcy, guys. File bankruptcy so that you do not have to have that debt hanging over your head somewhere. I don't understand why people can't get that. You cannot do that with the SBA loan, but you can do that with the PPP. Okay. You can put your SBA loan in bankruptcy too. I want to make sure I'm clear on that. You can. We might have to talk about a couple things because not everybody's situation is going to be the same. So if y'all do got questions about like bankruptcy and that kind of stuff, y'all can always ask me so that I can make sure that I, try to get you the answer if I can't answer it already. Okay. Roger says you are a real businesswoman and may God bless you and your family. Thank you very much. God has been doing very, very good. I cannot complain. Okay. Dre the Assassin says they're using increased taxes to decrease inflation too. Absolutely. People are not paying attention to what is happening. Okay. Everybody around here, they're all happy talking about, oh, my Bitcoin doing good and the stock market doing good and this is doing good. But a lot of it is doing good because they are taxing and billing the hell out of you guys. Okay. The stock market does great when everybody's buying houses. Now, don't be surprised. And y'all are going to see, watch these interest rates. They're going to be going down. So what are you guys are going to want to do? Y'all going to want to go buy homes and cars and get credit cards and do the whole nine. And I'm not saying that is bad, but if you are not paying attention to what is really going on, you're going to be caught up. And I'm going to give y'all an example. Somebody just called me right before I went live. Okay. And they said, have you ever heard of a home equity line option? And I'm like, no, that's a new one. Now, if y'all don't know, when the bank offers y'all stuff, those are called bank products. No different than if I'm selling you an ebook or if I'm selling you a service. The only way the bank stays in business, other than just managing your money, is by charging y'all non-sufficient fund fees and also all of the bank products. Okay. So if anybody is looking to refinance, okay, now y'all know we had the HELOC, which is the home equity line of credit, but now they have the home equity option. And what this is, a group of investors, they want to give you $20,000 to $50,000 to do whatever you need to do with your home. You want to pay off your bills. You want to get your house fixed up. They want to give you this money because they are investing in the future equity that your home is going to hopefully increase to in however many years. But here's the catch. Now, you don't pay a monthly payment like you would when you go through the bank, even though this is through the bank, but it's funded differently. But what they do with this home equity line option is they just give you 10 years to pay it back. You can pay it in monthly payments, pay it in one payment, pay it every 6 months, however you want. But you got 10 years to pay anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 back. Now, how many of you know how irresponsible people are? And people are not going to pay that money back. They're probably going to make some payments, but they're not going to be able to pay it back. And these investors, they're really not investing in you to do the right thing. They are waiting so that they can take your homes. Okay? Now, I've said this several times. Houses are great on the stock market. Okay? They buy these mortgages, not houses, mortgages. They buy these mortgages, they package them, and they sell them. Okay? So unfortunately, whether y'all want to believe it or not, these banks, these investors, they wait for you to default. Because when you default, they win. They just come and take everything. Okay? So y'all know what I love to come back and talk about. Bankruptcy. Okay? One of the reasons why y'all need to. All right, let's see. Queen Me says, I'm seeing a credit on my IRS account transcripts. What is that? If you see a credit on your account, I have to see what is there a number in front of it, because y'all got to remember, when y'all looking at y'all transcripts from the IRS, they are just like I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with accounting, but usually the negative is the positive and the credit is opposite. Okay, so when y'all looking at these transcripts, you got to look at the dates. You got to look and see if you see a 3-digit code. That's my main thing, Queen Me. Do you see a 3-digit code next to your when you're supposed to get your money? That'll let you know what's going on with your taxes. Okay, so I'll wait for you. Child tax credit payments. There will be no child tax credit payments. That is not happening. It was not approved. Now, I'm not going to say that Joe Biden and them are not going to try. Okay, because y'all remember, y'all already know who we coming down to. We got Trump and we got Biden. We're going to be right where we were 4 years ago. Okay, so basically, it's going to come down to whoever. Let's just be honest, whoever lies the best, because everything they promise you ain't going to get passed anyway. And I need y'all to remember that just say Joe Biden wins again, great. But if the House of Representatives and the Senate are not both Democratic, most of the things that he's going to try to do aren't going to get done anyway. All right. So y'all have to really vote locally. Okay. Presidents, okay, they affect us, but not as much as your local vote. So y'all need to start paying attention, because these people are going to be lying, and then y'all are going to start feeling this squeeze tighter and tighter and tighter. Okay. I have had so many people call me asking about bankruptcies because y'all, you don't have a lot of education on it. But what you're finding is, look how many of these businesses and stores are filing. Okay. Their businesses are filing. The companies are laying off people left and right, but they're not talking about it on the news. These things will soon start to hit us. We talked about this not last week, the week before last. I told you guys that they were raising the minimum wage in California. Now, that might be great for some people, but we soon will feel these same things, because those people in California that can't get jobs, guess what they're going to do? They're going to move to your cheap states. And what are they going to do? They're going to drive those prices up. All right. Especially when they come to Florida. Everybody comes to Florida and they just drive the rent prices up. Drives everything up. Okay. Inflation is the mug. And y'all are, unfortunately, the lower class, y'all probably like, hey, I've been broke. It's nothing big. But the middle class, if you are making more than $50,000, you're going to start seeing that your check ain't going to be about nothing. So you got to be smart with what you're doing with your money. Okay. All right, let me see what y'all asking, because y'all know these things go by faster on TikTok, and it'll be 8 o'clock before we even know it. Okay, it says stay in business by keeping people in debt. Yes, that's absolutely what they do. And I mean that's just how business is. In order for you to be successful in business, you know, somebody's gonna have to spend the money. Okay, so I don't like to say keeping people in debt, but basically that's what they love to do. You guys have to be smart enough to say, all right, they're gonna play this game with me, I'm gonna play this game also. Okay. And playing the game is really just about being educated and informed on what you can do in the event you get to the point where you cannot pay. Because a lot of people are hurting. Okay. Now, y'all might be sitting over there acting like it's all good and it's all good. But at night, you staying up because these bills are due. Okay. So, you know, and credit is going to trash. Lots of that. People are experiencing this. So let me keep saying what else y'all saying. Let's. He is old as I don't know what. He old, but you know what? All of them, all the presidents are old. Unfortunately, I don't think we're probably never gonna see a young, strapping, handsome president anymore. Okay. They want them to be old white men. Okay. Maybe one day we'll see a female, but it ain't happening this go round. Okay. So I just want y'all to not let them hook and bait y'all. Y'all saw Trump at the Chick-fil-A buying the milkshakes and all of that. Okay. I'm hoping that's not what some of y'all falling for him and act like y'all gonna vote for him because of that. Okay. Because he's gonna have to do a whole lot more in order to get y'all votes. Definitely. Okay. And not just because Biden old and y'all thinking he not doing anything, because y'all have to remember Biden is operating under the Trump administration's rules, and whoever comes in next will be operating under whatever Biden put in place. Okay. So that's the part of the politics they're not telling you. Now, the presidents do operate in real time, but there are some things or policies that are put in place that are from previous administrations, and they have to expire before the new one can come in. Just like we talk about these student loan forgiveness forms. Okay. Now, y'all remember they told us at the beginning, oh, y'all don't have to do anything to get y'all loans forgiven. They just going to be forgiven if you went to these schools. Now they telling y'all, oh, you need to fill out the application. But guess what? 2025 is right around the corner. Okay. So if y'all have not done these applications, and let me also stress that some people have been waiting a year already and the loans still haven't been dismissed. So if you are waiting for them to come knock on your door and say, here goes your free ticket to get out of owing the government on these student loans, then you'll probably be waiting forever. If you don't know what list I'm talking about, y'all need to be send me a message, shamikasaves.com. Send me a message. I have no problem sending you the form so that you can, not the form, the screenshot so that you can see all the schools on this list, see if your school is on there, and y'all need to get these applications in versus waiting for them. Okay. Because time is going by fast. I mean, hell, it's about to be May. Okay. So make sure that y'all are make sure that y'all are doing that. Okay. All right, let me see what else y'all saying over here. And if y'all got any questions, please drop them. Because I know y'all gonna ask. What did I say about the child tax credit? There is no child tax credit. It did not get passed the 15th on every month. A lot of stuff is just what people be talking about. That's one thing that I don't like to do on my channel is I don't like to talk about the new rules they're trying to put in place, because all it does is get you distracted from what's really happening. Okay. So I only want to talk about what's actually been approved and they're actually paying for, or stuff that is actually the green light is on, where we got to go. All that other stuff, just talking, to me, it's cool to talk about it, but it's a waste of time because it distracts you. Okay. In California, I don't know who is doing all the worst stuff, but in California, they to give mortgage loans to illegal immigrants. Now, y'all tell me how that makes any sense. But it makes sense to me because I already know that I said this, a year or so ago, that they are going to push mortgages down your throat. Y'all who've been wanting to get houses, you ain't going to have no problem getting one, because they're going to find a program. They're going to give it to you with bad credit. They're not going to care that you're in debt. All they want to do is give you a home. Why? Because mortgages are the best thing going on the stock market. So as many houses they can get sold, as many mortgages they can push out on you guys, that's exactly what they want to do, so that you can fall in the trap and see the forest and not the tree. And you're going to go, oh my God, I got a house, but you're not even realizing, damn, I can't even manage my own money. I didn't expect property taxes to kick in a year, or I didn't even know anything about doing my homestead. And then next thing y'all know, y'all can't even pay your doggone mortgage payment. Okay. And then now y'all are sitting here, a house about to go in foreclosure, and you're panicking because you don't know what to do. But y'all know what I'm going to tell you. If somebody about to come take your house, you need to go ahead on and file bankruptcy so you can stall your foreclosure. And you can tell them I said it, because it is a real thing. Okay, stop letting. Now I know these people lied to us and got us set up, but we do have at least a little bit of recourse. And bankruptcy has always been my favorite recourse. Okay, you can always buy yourself some time by using that wonderful program. Okay, I told y'all with Tasha K and Cardi B, I told you Cardi B probably ain't never gonna get that money. She definitely ain't gonna get $4 million. Okay, why? Because bankruptcy saved the day. Look at Trump. Look at what did they just do? They just fined Trump $350 million. Come on. Y'all think he's really gonna pay that? He's not. It's a civil. It's a civil, so it's not even criminal. You know what he can do? He can go file bankruptcy for the 6th time. Yes, he has filed bankruptcy 5, but he can go and file bankruptcy for the 6th time. And what happens is he'll pay a percentage of the money that he's been fined. They've already reduced it from the 300 and something million. They've already reduced it. So if he goes and file bankruptcy, he'll pay maybe 20% of that amount. Okay. So if the rich folks are doing it, y'all need to start paying attention and look at possibly doing it too, to help you get out of your situation and stop letting people tell you that it's always bad, because it hasn't been, not yet, not once, for anybody who has money. So why would it be bad for you guys? Okay. All right. Let me see what y'all saying. Don't get me started on that Rothschild now. Okay. That Rothschild family. Don't get me started on that. All right. It says, thank you for telling me about the student loan form. Mine was discharged and I just noticed it. Congratulations, Black Juke Wifey. Congratulations. That's what I like to hear. So this person just said they got their student loan. They just found out. Now, when they discharge your loans, you will get a paper in the mail. It's going to tell you how much they forgave on subsidized and your unsubsidized. Okay. Sometimes you may find that they did not forgive 100% of the debt. Sometimes they do. It has everything to do with the dates that you went to these schools. That does matter. Okay. You should, Black Juke Wifey, you should be receiving a letter. You also, in that letter, it should also tell you to expect to see it removed from your credit report within like 90 days. Okay. Sometimes it's that fast. Sometimes it is not. Just be prepared that your score may drop, because student loans are usually the oldest debt that most of us have on our credit reports. Okay. And they haven't implemented this, but you also need to be mindful, because I told y'all they're going to try to nickel and dime us to death. Okay. They are saying, they've already put this in the tax documents, that just because your loans are discharged federally and you don't have to pay, it doesn't mean that your state can't tax you. So please find out. Even you need to call your state revenue department, because every state has a revenue department. Even if you don't have state taxes, every state has a revenue department. Find out if they are going to tax you on your forgiveness, because that's what's going to hurt, is when you got these loans removed and then you find out your state charged you because you got forgiveness of a certain amount of money. Okay. So please be watchful of that. I don't know what state you live in. Okay. Let's see. Latoya says, what if it was discharged, but you received a letter, but the original creditor changed the name or sold it to someone else? How do you get it removed? Are you talking about your student loans? If your student loans were forgiven and the servicer has changed, meaning it was Nailnet, or maybe it was Sally Mae, but now it's somebody else. Okay. All you need to do is You go through your good old government, go to studentaid.gov, you call them, and it is up to them to pass the word to the creditor, because I'm going to tell you, these credit bureaus do not listen to us. We don't pay them. They don't work for us. I don't even know why they even have us dispute in the first place, because 9 times out of 10, disputing, it can work, but not all the time, because again, we don't pay them. So even if you send them a letter, postmark that it came from Department of Education showing that your loans were removed, they still don't have to remove them. They only have to remove them if the creditor, the person that is servicing your loans, says, oh yeah, they've been removed, you can take them off now. Then they'll take it out of your, they will remove it from your credit reports. Then they do not listen to you. So if you find that is happening, you need to go through your creditor or studentaid.gov so that they can get the conversation down, so that they can both agree that, hey, these loans are gone, she has no more debt, and then pass that on to the credit bureaus. Okay. Don't ask them to send you nothing, because even if they send it to you and then you send it to the credit bureau, they ain't gonna listen. Okay. Hey, Genteria, long time no see, girl. I hope you're doing good. Okay. So y'all make sure that y'all do this. It says, what about the student loan forms? There is only one form, the borrower's defense form. I'm surprised they haven't made that form hard to find online. Okay. But the form has been around for a very, very long time. People have always had, students have always had the opportunity to dispute their student loans based off of what the school has told them. But now, since they got the lawsuit, y'all really just have to put something down on paper and turn it in. I know a lot of y'all have been messaging me saying, I can't figure out the right words to say. And honestly, there really isn't any right words to say. You just basically say you feel like they misled you. The school is closed down. If that's your school is closed down, if they lost their accreditation, I mean, just put down the truth. You don't have to put down paragraphs and paragraphs, even though we do when we do the forms, but y'all don't have to do that. Okay. You know, y'all can just put down whatever and turn that thing in. Y'all need to get on that waiting list. All right. Good to see you too, Genteria. All right. Latonya says, thank you. That's exactly what happens. Now it's on my credit under a different name. Yeah, they do that. Companies sell all the time. One company, y'all remember, the government fired 2 student loan servicers and then turned around and hired them back, but they had 2 different names now. Okay. So because it's a very big job, and it's not like it's something they're going to be able to find somebody that can do that in 10 days. So all they basically do is say, close this company down, change our policies, come up with a new name, operate under the policies that we set forth now, we're going to give y'all a job again. And that's exactly what they did. Okay. So if you want it removed, that's how you're going to get it removed. Hey, Miss Fanny, how you doing? All right. Are you getting some child money in California? Now, there may be state programs. Okay. Because remember last year, states were giving out money to people who live in certain states. If you live in Alabama, you got $150 for single. You got $300 for being married. If you lived in Florida, you got $400. So there may be state funds, but that's really only if your state has a surplus of money that they want to give back. Remember, though, it's election season, so I would not be surprised if your governors don't find some kind of way to incentivize y'all to vote for them again by giving y'all some money back. So there could be state funds coming back, but there is no federal child tax credit. That has not been approved at all. Okay. I'll look and see if there's something for California. If there's a bunch of states that are giving out money, I'll make a TikTok video and listing the states. But so far, I've only heard of one, but I ain't gonna get that name because then y'all gonna be all Russian. And then y'all gonna be mad because y'all gonna say y'all state don't do nothing. I mean, which most states don't. Okay. All right. It says, can Social Security debt and PPP loan be added to a bankruptcy? Asking for my neighbor. Hey, Elizabeth. Yes. Social Security debt, food stamp debt, IRS debt, PPP loans, some SBA loans, if they were paid to you in your personal name, can be included in the bankruptcy. See, this is why I don't understand why more people aren't running to the bankruptcy court to get out of debt to start over, because most people who got this money for PPP, or most people who got this SBA stuff, most of it was false. It was a lie. Okay. Now, by filing bankruptcy doesn't mean you're admitting that it was a lie. It's just you don't have the money to pay them back. Because remember, if you don't pay your SBA loans, they will be coming after you. They will be coming after you credit wise, tax wise, some government wise. They will be trying to take that money back from you some way, somehow. So if you get Social Security disability and you also got this money from the loan and you didn't pay SBA back, which you probably did it, but if you did and you didn't pay, they will reduce that Social Security payment. Same for your tax refunds, and same for not the same, but they also plan on putting it on your credit reports. So these are just things I want y'all to watch out for. Instead of letting it kill your credit, if you already know you can't pay them, go ahead and file and be done with it now. Do you know how many 20-year-olds I talk to? They're under 30 who are like, man, I'm in debt. I can't. I got repos. I got evictions. I got all these charged off credit cards. And now I'm trying to do right. I'm making good money now. I want to do this for myself, but I can't. And this is why so many people are running to do fraud. And y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and all that good stuff, okay? This is why so many people are doing fraudulent things, is because you don't know there is something else that you can do that is legal. You know how many people are like, you could throw your IRS debt into a bankruptcy? Yes. Shamika didn't make it up. It's on the IRS website. I know people who got caught in food stamp fraud. Now, some people did it on purpose. Some people just didn't know they were getting overpaid. Look how many people with Social Security got an overpayment. How are you responsible for overpayment that they made? Okay, something make that make sense. But since they don't give you any other recourse other than reducing your Social Security payment, file bankruptcy. If you're on Social Security anyway, 9 times out of 10, you already don't make a lot of money. So why are you sitting here letting them nitpick from the little bit of money that you do have? Okay. Now, I ain't saying who I'm talking to, somebody who I've been talking to for a very long time. But, I know sometimes it takes some convincing because some of y'all, some people don't really understand it. But absolutely. I just did a bankruptcy today. This person, the reason we had to rush to do it was because their wages are getting garnished. But the person said, look, I have been living my life reckless, and I have a lot of stuff in the court. I have been sued a lot. And I thought the person was joking. Okay. Honey, when I tell you there were over 100 entries of lawsuits of unpaid, evictions, unpaid medical bills. I mean, just a gamut of stuff. But guess what? All that went in that bankruptcy. She ain't gonna have to pay that back. Now this person can get their license back. And yes, bankruptcy has helped some of y'all get y'all driver's license back because some of y'all licenses have been taken for civil issues. Okay. So let me see what question y'all asking. So yes, tell your neighbor, Elizabeth, that they absolutely can do all that with a bankruptcy. Okay. Joe Trigger says, tell us the state. The state is, I believe it was Alabama, but that's why I didn't want to say, because I want to make sure I'm sure, but I heard it on the news today. But I want to go and see which states are going to give rebates. But y'all don't go run out there yet. Okay. Samantha says, well, they wrote off all my student loans at the beginning of this month, $69K. Congratulations. I'm glad that they did. All I say is just make sure that they are not going to try to tax you statewise. I have not seen anybody have it done yet, but also I have not, a whole bunch of people aren't getting their forgivenesses at the same time. Now, I'm going to tell you probably what's going to happen with these forgivenesses. We are in election season. I would not be surprised if Joe Biden, them don't try to say, oh, well, we, under our leadership, we have gotten rid of this many billions of dollars in student loans, because they want y'all to vote. But was it him or was it this lawsuit? Okay. So that's why I want y'all to watch out for these play on words. Okay. They're probably going to start trying to give a whole bunch of student loan forgivenesses as it gets closer to election season again, so y'all can be happy and vote. Democrat, vote Democrat, because that's what they're gonna want. Okay, but please let it be known that it is not their doing. This was already in place. They just have to follow suit. Okay, and these loans are just happen to be forgiven under his administration, but it doesn't mean he did it. Okay. Let's see. Do you lose your house if you file bankruptcy? Absolutely not. I think that's a real big misconception. See, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna give y'all two forms of thinking, and I'm gonna let you go. I'm not. One is poor thinking, and one is rich people thinking. Poor thinking, when it comes to bankruptcy, is if I file, I got to get my car back. I'm gonna lose my house. It's gonna mess up my credit, and we're just gonna stop right there. Rich thinking is it's going to cram down my interest rate on my car, because filing bankruptcy, the banks usually don't want to have to take my car back. So what they're going to do is automatically, in most cases, automatically adjust my interest rate to a lower amount so that I'm paying less, so that I never have to fall back into this situation again. The second thing is, oh, well, I get to protect my home and my equity, and I can keep my house off of the foreclosure block by filing bankruptcy. Okay, now y'all see poor people, oh, I'm gonna lose it. Rich people going, it's just gonna help me. It's just gonna give me that space, that breathing room, and it's gonna force those creditors to work with me. Give you another example. Say you are in bankruptcy and you got a car, and you find out that you're upside down in the car. A lot of y'all don't even know, but bankruptcy, they have something they call a cram down. You can do a couple different things. You can either, hey, I'm gonna get this car back, which the bank doesn't want, or talk to your attorney or whoever it is that you may work with. Y'all can reach out to me. I'll help you with doing your paperwork as well. They can say to the bank, well, we can either change these these loan terms, cram this amount down, so we can get this so your payment amount goes down, but the value, well, not the value, but the amount that you're paying on your loan gets changed too, so that you can keep it, because they don't want to have to take the car back. So basically, bankruptcy forces these creditors to work with you. And that's if you do a 13. If you're doing a 7, a lot of y'all just throwing y'all debt in and walking away and saying, I'm not paying it because I don't have the money. And guess what? You're not lying, because you don't. And if you do, y'all would have your bills paid off. I would not see people having $300 credit limits, but on their credit report, it's saying that your balance is $450. Okay. Paying $20 and $25 ain't going to cut it. It's not moving the needle on your credit. You're still in debt. You're still struggling. And guess what? You still can't even use the credit card because you're over the limit. Hey, Miss Cynthia, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Okay, Sweetie 52, thank you. It is Alabama. So Alabama is supposed to be giving out some money to their state. I will look to see if there are other states that are going to be doing the same. But there is no child tax credit federally. It may come from your state. Thank you very much, Sweetie, for verifying that. Lizzie says, exactly. Social Security overpaid her, and now she owes $14K. And it says, so I told her to put it in the bankruptcy. I'm trying to tell you, it doesn't make any sense for an elderly person or anybody to be on Social Security and have to see their Social Security check reduced by a mistake that they made, and then you can't even argue with them. Now, I'm going to tell you what you can do. If you don't want to file Social Security, and this does happen to you, Liz, and this is for anybody, you can ask for a hardship, the same thing that you do with the IRS. If you have debt, you know you can't pay them, you can do an application for the IRS to go in uncollectible status, where they will not look for you to pay them anything until your financial situation changes. And most people who are on disability, their financial situation never changes. So guess what? They ain't never getting that money. Okay. But if you just want it to be eradicated, gone, never, so you never see it again, then think about filing bankruptcy, guys. I am probably going to be one of the few people that you are going to meet. And not only am I a hair club president, I am also a member. I am a proud member of the Wealthy People Club, because there are tons of wealthy people that file bankruptcy. And if you don't believe me, go and look at all these businesses. Somebody owns those. Somebody owns those businesses. but they're filing back J.C. Penney's, Sears, Kmart. I'm surprised Walmart hasn't yet. Bed Bath and Beyond, Pay Less. I mean, I can just keep going. Now, some of those stores I named are gone, but some of them just had to close down because they had so many stores, and it makes sense to close down some stores so that the business doesn't completely just disappear like how Blockbuster Video did, just gone, you know. But in our cases, we don't have millions and millions and millions of dollars we're balancing. We over here trying to balance the thousands that we have. So if that is you, stop trying to be all, stop talking to the broke people. Stop. That's another thing. Poor and rich. Rich people don't talk to people who are not rich, because rich people know how to keep their money. Broke people only know how to be broke. So if you are struggling and you're talking to somebody else and they like, girl, don't do bankruptcy. It's gonna mess up your credit. You ain't gonna be able to do this, and you ain't gonna, the lies. Okay, the lies. And if you don't believe me, go down to the bankruptcy court. Hang out at the bankruptcy court and watch and see who walks out them doors. Ain't gonna be too many broke folks, because broke people don't know about it. It's them people with that money that want to keep that money. And even though we might be middle to lower, I still want to keep my middle and lower income. Okay. And one way to do that is by doing what they do. All right. All right. So let me see what y'all saying. Miss Cynthia says, I remember when I was young, I had a couple of upside down vehicles. I'm telling you, and the vehicles are definitely going to be, because cars are the price for cars have increased a lot. And why? Okay. You know, I know why, because they want you in more debt. So a lot of people, y'all gonna have y'all feelings hurt. A lot of people are upside down right now and don't even know it. And if you want to know if you upside down in your vehicle, go take it to a car lot and see, and ask them how much they'll give you for it. And then look at how much you got left to pay on your loan. That'll tell you right there if you're upside down. And if you're upside down, guess what? There's really no way to get out of being upside down, even if you trade the car. No, I'm not even gonna say unless. If you trade the car in and get something else, all you're doing is taking that negative equity and adding it to the new car. So you're still gonna be upside down in the new car. So if you are upside down in your vehicles, just gonna throw it out there, you might want to look into bankruptcy so that you can make them cram that stuff down. And if you don't believe me, look it up. Bankruptcy cram down. Cram, C-R-A-M, cram down. They will, it will force them. Okay. Y'all better start using these tools this girl be trying to tell you. Okay. Miss Cindy says, Mike Lowry, sorry, he says, peace fam, I have an EIN as a sole proprietor, but haven't registered with the state. Can I still file taxes? Yes. I have a good business activity and state. You do not have to be registered with the state to file your business on your taxes. It is good to have it on registered with the state, because you don't want the IRS to say you just making up stuff. So at some point, we don't want y'all to continue to keep filing for a business that is not registered. And technically, if your business isn't registered by the state, then you don't have one. Okay. If you have an EIN and you don't have an actual business to go with it, then just like you said, you are just a sole proprietor. I don't even know why you would have an EIN. It doesn't really make any sense, because you're filing on your personal taxes. So the point of having an EIN is it doesn't do anything for you, because everything you file is still going under your social. So the EIN doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I know people get it because they probably seen somebody on YouTube say you need to have it, but I don't ever want to see y'all with an EIN if you don't have a business to go with it. It just doesn't even make any sense. Okay. So just letting you know, yes, you can still file it. Yes, you can put your EIN on your taxes, but everything is still going to be filed under your social, because you are filing them on your personal taxes. So y'all need to know that. If you don't want to file on your personal taxes, then don't get an LLC. Get you a corporation so that you can file a totally different form and separate your income. Okay, you can separate the two things. A lot of people don't know that, but now you do. Look at that. Miss Cynthia says the 99-cent stores are closing down. Come on. And I'll tell you why the 99-cent stores are closing down. Because they can't sustain 99 cents. Okay. Do you know how difficult? When the last time y'all went in the dollar store and bought something for $1? I mean, they at least gonna charge a 109. Okay. So all of these things that we are used to seeing are really going to be a thing of the past. So some of y'all need to start learning how to coupon. Maybe I need to do a video on that. Yeah, maybe I do. Okay, maybe y'all need to start doing some couponing so that y'all have some money saved, because y'all gonna notice that ain't nothing cheap. I just went in the grocery store the other day and I said, damn, everything in here starts with $4 and up. Okay. When the last time you spent $100 on groceries? You can't, unless you're getting it on Wick. Okay. But if you're buying regular groceries, it's $200-$300 and up. So, but this is not gonna change, y'all. But look, they gonna sell you a house though. You can't afford to eat no damn groceries, but they will give you a mortgage. Stop letting these people trick y'all. Stop letting them trick you. That's right, Maurice. The lies, they be lying. Okay. Hey, Laming. All right. Let me see what y'all saying over here. The TikTok love to tell about my stuff is inactive. It says, how about tolls? Can that be added to bankruptcy? Tolls can absolutely be added to bankruptcy because it is not criminal. So if y'all sitting around here, y'all ain't got y'all driver's license, y'all done lost y'all vehicle registration, all of that, y'all need to go on over there and talk to your good uncle. His name is Sam. He's my uncle too. And tell him I can't pay. Absolutely. I don't understand why people are sitting around here riding around with no car insurance. You riding around, you ain't got no driver's license, all because you in debt. The rich people will find a way. If they can find a way, there's a way for you too. Okay. So I'm telling you, I knew somebody who got sued for a car accident. It wasn't criminal, it was civil. But the lawsuit was like, I don't know, it was a stupid amount, like $1 million. And it was like, they did this so this person could never pay to get their driver's license back. And this person had been without driver's license for 5 years. Talked to me for 5 minutes. Sis, we already got you a plan. Boom, we finna throw that in bankruptcy. Do you think we didn't? And we did. Okay. So just letting y'all know, don't sleep on bankruptcy. Says taxes on the forgiveness is better than having to pay the whole amount, right? Taxes on the forgiveness is better than having, taxes on the forgiveness is, so if you get your student loans forgiven, and your state charges you 6 or 7%, it's way cheaper than if you had to pay it back. Yes, I just don't want you guys to find this out later, because everybody's looking for a refund at tax time, and then you find out that you can't get a refund because you owe, and now y'all mad. So I try to give you stuff to put in the back of your mind so you can say, you know what, Shamika told me to find out about that, because I don't know about y'all, I don't like surprises, and I definitely don't like financial surprises. Okay, so I want y'all to be the same way. Miss Cynthia says, my husband buys cash cars and keeps up the maintenance because the depreciation of them when you drive off the lot is insane. You're exactly right. Get you a car, drive it off the lot, turn around and bring it back. $2,000 already gone, if it ain't more than that. Okay, so if you can get a used car and fix them up, ain't nothing wrong with having, as we call it in the hood, a slider. Ain't nothing wrong with having a slider. And a slider means it's going to slide you to point A to point B and to point C. And most of the time, that's all y'all need. Okay. So ain't nothing wrong with getting you a slider if you need, instead of getting these cars that are having a lot of us upside down. Okay. Miss Ora says, I love the coupon. Well, Miss Ora, we need to do a class together so we can show these people how to do that. Dollar Tree is $1.25 and up. I'm trying to tell you, there ain't no such thing as 99 cents no more. No such thing. Latanya says, let's go with the coupon, and I hope you can get us a ferry too. Okay, I'm trying to tell you, I will coupon. I will be in, and I go couponing late at night. Okay, I said I'm gonna get back into it because now this. All right. Frost says, I just got my loans forgiven, $391,000. Congratulations. I know that's right. Congratulations. Again, make sure that you ask your state revenue department, if y'all pay state taxes in your state, to make sure they're not going to try to bill you a percent for getting that much. Okay. Because remember, they turning over rocks looking for ways for us to pay them for all the money they're sending to Israel and Ukraine. Okay. So since we got to pay for those things, people, unfortunately, we do, because we can't do nothing about that right now. We got to find ways to be smart and use the same loopholes that all the wealthy and the rich people. That's all I'm here to tell y'all to do. I don't want y'all to do nothing illegal, but I definitely want y'all to start turning over rocks and looking for ways, the same way they can come and get the money from you. Y'all also need to take that same energy and find ways to not let them get the money at all. How can you get your student loans forgiven? By seeing if your school is on the list for the borrower's defense. If it is, do your application, and then you wait. Something I did not say, if y'all did not know, if you turned in your application for the borrower's defense, you do not have to pay any of your loans because you will be in forbearance. So if you turned in an application and you are paying your student loans monthly, okay, you are supposed to be in forbearance until a decision is made, which means you turn in your application, you don't pay nothing until they forgive them, and then you still not paying. Y'all see how I work? Ain't nobody got time to be paying them loans. We ain't even got money to pay the regular bills, let alone the loans. Okay. Ms. Aura says, I buy nothing without coupons. Clip those coupons. You got that right. Okay. I used to couldn't stand the coupon lady, but I'm about to be her again. All right. Because I need to make the money stretch. Because the way this orange juice and this bottled water is flying out of here, we need coupons. Okay. It says, why can't an FHA house loan be included in a bankruptcy? All mortgages are included in the bankruptcy, just so you know. Now, what happens with a home in a bankruptcy is the home is secure. Excuse me, the mortgage is secured by the home. So if you don't want to pay the mortgage, you got to give up the house. But if you want to keep the house, then you will pay your regular mortgage. Okay. Now, when you file a bankruptcy, all debt that you own is included in your bankruptcy. It doesn't mean that you don't want to pay it. You just have to tell the truth and list all your debts. So it will be in your bankruptcy. Now, I'm not going to lie. I have seen some people, some attorneys do some weird things by leaving, putting all the debt in, but they may leave this house out. I don't recommend y'all have anybody leave anything out of your bankruptcy, because with the state of the economy, bankruptcy gives you a hedge of protection. Nobody gonna come sue you. Nobody ain't gonna come by call your phone. Anybody say you owe any money, tell them to stand in line. Then I just told y'all about Trump. I just told y'all about Cardi B and Tasha K. All Tasha K creditors come before Cardi B. It's a civil lawsuit. It goes way at the bottom. Y'all just saw, and I'm gonna take y'all last few questions, but I'm gonna end with this. Y'all just seen OJ just passed. Okay, I know some people happy, some people sad, whatever. But let me tell you now, that fool ain't crazy. Now I don't know. I have my opinions about what happened that day, but the man was smart enough to take all his net worth, his assets, and he put it in a trust. Who been telling y'all about these trusts since we've been talking? You, me. Okay. He put all his stuff in a trust. And guess what? So now that he's deceased, if they want any money, because I don't know if y'all heard, but the family of Ron Goldman, they said they want to sue and take all the money that man got. Well, honey, they're gonna be sitting there like this, way in the back of the line. They're gonna be just like this, way in the back. Because even in death, okay, because he went to somebody who gave him some game, like I'm giving y'all, and they said, put your stuff in a trust, because once you become deceased, your creditors have to fight over what you have left. But guess who always gets their money first? Y'all know Uncle Sam get his money first. Y'all know OJ probably was like, man, I'm gonna die in a couple years. I'm not paying property tax. I'm not paying no taxes. I'm gonna wait until I die and let them take it. They get their money first. Then his creditors will come and say, oh, well, he never paid us this Mercedes off. He never paid this Rolls Royce off. And he owes us money for this. And the next thing you know, when they get down to what is left, then will that family get some money. So shout out to my ex-husband who's mad. But hey, credit, it works this way for a reason. Bankruptcy is the same way. Things got to get in, your creditors got to get in line. And it's going to go by order of importance to least important. So 2 things. This is why I tell y'all, Y'all need to look into getting trusts. If you have them, you got homes, you got business, put these things in trust. And also, if you're in debt, get out of debt by using bankruptcy. Okay, these are two things, two tools that rich people use. This man dead, and he is in his grave right now laughing because not only did he get away, okay, that day, he also finna get away and not pay. He's only paid that family $132,000, and he was supposed to pay him what, 30 million? Y'all see how he only paid 1%? That's how rich people play games. Y'all can do the same thing. Okay, so let me see what question y'all got, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Okay. Look at that. Miss Cindy say eggs are $100. I'm telling you, honey, I'm about to get me some chicken, my own pigs, the whole nine. All right. I said it. I was like, I'm gonna sell out my house and I'm moving on the farm because it's too expensive to do anything else. Okay. And you're welcome, Mike Larry, for me answering your question. Miss Aura, yes, we will do that coupon class. All right. Let me see what y'all saying over here on TikTok real quick. Make sure I didn't leave anybody out. Y'all know I like to try to get to you. All right, okay, let me see. Okay, I know that. Y'all know y'all be dropping them questions. I sure appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, so and then get this. Somebody asked coupon. I'm gonna get to it. Hold on. All right. How much is it to file bankruptcy? $338. 338. That is the filing fee to file bankruptcy. Now, if you happen to need to file a Chapter 13, that's for people with houses and cars and all of that, you are going to find that attorneys will charge. And get this, attorneys ain't dumb. They know inflation is kicking people ass. Why you think they now have gone up? They used to be $1,500. Now they charge them $4,000, $5,000, and $6,000 to file bankruptcy. Now, how you gonna pay bankruptcy when you already broke? But look at it like this. I'd rather give that money to a lawyer to keep me from having to pay Navy Federal or to keep me from having to pay Capital One, Chase Bank, because when you add it up, when you look at all that damn interest you paying, you probably done paid $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 in interest, over limit fees, non-sufficient fund fees. You probably done paid all of that just from dealing with these ragged behind creditors because you're trying to keep your credit score where it is by them little 3 funky points that you're fighting over. Okay, so $338 is the filing fee for anybody that want to know. Look at that. Sherelle says Macy's will be closing next year. I'm telling y'all, Amazon and Walmart is killing everybody, but they also know people ain't shopping. The money ain't like that, and these businesses, you think the Macy's family wants to close down? They're gonna file bankruptcy. They're going to close a couple stores. They're going to sell some of their clothes to these other stores like Ross and TJ Maxx. They're going to make their money. Okay, believe me, just because they close the stores don't mean they broke. And that's what people have to realize. Bankruptcy don't mean you broke. Okay, bankruptcy just means you're smart enough to reorganize your situation, and it gives you time to get your stuff straight. That's exactly what these big, large retailers are doing. Okay, and yes, you can put student loans in your bankruptcy to get them forgiven, especially if you don't make a lot of money and your student loans are a whole lot, like they're very expensive monthly payments. You got a lot in student loan debt, but you make very little. You have a great case for asking the court to dismiss or lower your student loans. I'm telling you, bankruptcy forces these people to do all kinds of stuff. Student loans, pay or not to pay. I'm not saying not to pay them, but I definitely try to find ways not to. Meaning, hey, do you have enough dependents? Are you on the SAVE program? Did you sign up for the new IDR program so that you have so many people that you're claiming that, hey, your household income says that you can't afford to make a payment? That's what I would do if I had student loans. Okay. My student loans were forgiven just like the rest of y'all. So I ain't telling y'all nothing I don't know personally. And no, I did not have to pay any taxes on mine. So, I'm letting you know. Okay. Cynthia says a lot of auction houses have great cars. Yes, they do. I see a lot of real estate agents who are now being auctioneers also because ain't nobody buying. Not like they want to, but people need transportation. So, and I just might have gave some of y'all a blessing. Okay. That's a new hustle. Go and get your auction license. In Florida, I believe to buy cars, it's $300. That's how much the whole fee is. All you have to do is find a place that is commercial so that you can say this is where you actually put your cars. You do not even really have to leave your cars on the lot. I know people who just rent from somebody at the car lot to say, hey, leave me 2 spaces so that I can use this on my application to show that this is where I'm actually going to be selling my cars from. So a lot of y'all may find a new hustle because everybody needs a car. Okay. And y'all know people need cars, especially when they got those cars repoed. And if you're going to give a car or sell a car or finance a car and then help that person by reporting on their credit, you know how much money you get for that kind of stuff? I ain't even gonna get into it. Okay. Oh, thank y'all for reminding me. Yes, Walmart is having a class action lawsuit. A bunch of y'all been in my inbox telling me I apologize. It's been tax season, so I haven't made the video yet. But yes, Walmart is doing a class action lawsuit. I don't know about y'all, but I have been getting my money. I got my letter right here for my $29.15 back from TurboTax. I don't even know how many of y'all even did that. Y'all know I be on these class action lawsuits now. Okay. So I tell y'all where to go, classaction.org. Go there because that's the only site that I've been to that you can file a whole bunch of them and you don't have to have no receipts. Not telling anybody to lie. All I'm saying is they don't ask for proof. Okay. And that might be where you find a little bit of your blessing, your pocket change. Okay. Miss One says that she submitted a claim with Walmart lawsuit. Thank you very much for reminding me that. So y'all make sure y'all go and do that Walmart class action lawsuit. I will believe I'm going to do a TikTok video on that so that y'all can know. A Chapter 11, Miss Aura, is a bankruptcy that businesses can file. That's not typically what people file. People usually file a Chapter 7 and Chapter 13. But I bet y'all didn't know that when Trump filed his bankruptcy 5 times, he did a combination of Chapter 13 and a Chapter 11. Some he filed personally, some he filed on his business. So if your business has a substantial amount of debt, then you may look at possibly filing you a Chapter 11. And a Chapter 11 does the same thing a 13 does. It just gives you time to reorganize your finances and pay your creditors back a % of what you owe them. Okay. Are student loans being forgiven? Yes. Tommy says Dollar Tree is $1.25 tree now. You're right. Mika says it's hard to find coupons anymore. No, it's not, ma'am. You go to coupons.com. Coupons.com. Make sure you sign up for your Sunday paper and your Wednesday paper. Or you can be like some people I know and walk in the grocery store on Sundays and Wednesdays. Because y'all know they be having the paper out. Just going on and grab that inside. Because it's coupons in there. But coupons.com is where you're going to get your majority of your coupons. And then you get the rest from inside the paper. Manufacturers do give coupons too. Now, if any of you guys shop on Walmart.com, I don't know if you do, but Walmart.com has the coupons already built in. So y'all ain't even got to do nothing but click. Just like Amazon, coupons are already built in. You just click and it subtracts it. Okay. So coupons still around, but coupons.com is where you go. You will need scissors. You will need an organizer. And you will need paper and ink because you're going to have to print and you will have to cut. That's where you get the kids and make it a family arts and craft day. Okay. Once a month, we go in and we print out 100 pages of these coupons and we're going to make, we're going to cut them out and put them in our organizer so that you can easily take them with you wherever you go. Because I definitely had me a billfold everywhere I went with coupons. I didn't spend until I went through my coupons first. Okay. So I'm just going to have to get back there again. Shay says bankruptcy is the GOAT. I'm trying to tell you it is. It's the greatest of all time. And wealthy people know it. Middle and lower class don't. And that's what I want y'all to find out about. Okay. It says, she said on Wick, anyone selling food stamps. I went yesterday to Publix and almost had a heart attack. I know that's right. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. They finna crack down on selling the food stamps too, honey. I would not be surprised if they don't start some facial recognition, some thumbprint, something, because they don't want people using or exploiting the benefit. Okay. But hey, it's hard out there. So I understand why people sell food stamps. I really do. And I'm not saying that I want some, but if anybody just happen to have a couple extra dollars and want to go to the store with me, we can go together. We can use coupons and food stamps. Okay. Goddess Me says, Shamika, hi, disputed in Credit Karma. It's been over a month. What should I do? First of all, never dispute in Credit Karma. It's the worst. You never dispute online, guys. Y'all always dispute in writing. If you have not heard anything back from them, I'm not surprised because they don't really care, and that's not the way it's supposed to be done. So if you are disputing credit, something that you don't like on your credit, you need a actual hard copy letter. You need a copy of your driver's license. You need a copy of your social security card and send it in. That hard copy letter should be what you're disputing and why you are disputing it. Just like I told you, who's new to watch me, because I got a lot more viewers on TikTok than normal. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all go to annualcreditreport.com. I told you, go and scroll to that bottom. Call that 800 number and say you got visual impairment. Y'all ain't talking to nobody for real. And get the hard copies of all 3 of your credit reports because they don't make or send them out anymore. They give you a link and you got to create an account and you see a watered down version of your credit reports. But if you want the real deal, you need to go and get the hard copy, and you can't even pay for those. You can only get them from annualcreditreport.com, and you got to be damn blind to get them. Now, you see, now, why would they make that so hard? Because they don't want y'all to climb out of this hole at all. But rich people got access to their credit reports. Okay. Let's see. That's right. Miss Orr says all the stores have coupons you can clip. That is very, very true. Miss One says you can use receipts from online shopping. That is true. How many of y'all use Ibotta? How many of y'all use those coupon apps where after you go to the store, you can scan the receipt and it gives you money in your account? A lot of y'all not even getting that. It might not be a lot, but it's $10, $12. That's Chick-fil-A. That's McDonald's food. Hell, that's a carton of eggs. Okay. Let's see. I follow some influencers who show me how to stack coupons and make deals. Bam. People do this for a living, y'all. Okay. So we got to learn how to be smart. We got to make this money stretch. But one of the main ways is to get out of debt. Then we can go and play. Okay. It says, if you got a second mortgage, is it wise to use the entire loan? If you got a second mortgage, meaning you got a HELOC, in my personal opinion, the only time I want to get me a home equity line of credit is if I'm going to take that money and use it to invest in something that's going to give me more money. A lot of people get that those second mortgages, and all they do is pay off their credit cards, and then they get right back in debt again. And now you have double the debt that you had, which is exactly what banks expect you to do. Which is why when you go and get a HELOC, they tell you, what do you want to use it for? You know, you can only use it for consolidating your debts and to fix up your home. And FYI, if anybody's ever trying to get a second mortgage, please don't tell them you're going to go and buy an investment property. You're going to have to say, hey, I'm using it to pay off my debts, or I'm using it to fix up my house. But they do that because they don't want you taking the money they give you off of one investment and invest it to something else that's going to put money in your pocket, but not theirs. So if you got a second mortgage, I hope that you got it because you're going to find a way to make more money from the money that you have. Now, maybe you fix up your house, which is great. But if you're going to stay in it, does it really benefit you? Not if you're not going to sell it. So you got to think about that. And consolidate your debts for what? You could just file bankruptcy and be done with it. Everybody's situation is different, but I definitely like to give y'all something to chew on. Okay. This is the second year I have to pay back for taxes because of my W-4s being incorrect. If your W-4s are incorrect, I tell y'all, line 4C, 4 Charlie, that line is the only line y'all need to be concerned about on that form. And on that form, the only thing I want y'all to do is to put how much you want them to take out every 2 weeks so that you don't owe. You don't have to worry about exemptions and check this box if you plan on working more than one job, and check this box if you forget all that. Fill out your name, your social, your address, and skip right down to 4C. And what you do is take your taxes that you've already done paid. You got your W-2s, so you already know how much that's come out. Now, if you find that you're short and you owe, you need to add the amount that you owe back to how much they've already been taken out from year to date on your taxes. Divide that by 26, because most of us get paid every 2 weeks. Whatever that number is, that's what needs to go on line 4C, so that you can tell your job that I only want this much taken out every 2 weeks. Now, you ain't gonna get no refund, because most of y'all are gonna pay just the right amount that you need to. Unless you want a refund, then you can put some extra in there so you can get it back. But to me, I'm not giving the government any of my money to hold and loan to other people and then give it back to me in January or February. I'm not doing that. So I'd rather mine say 0. That means I don't get a refund, but it also means I don't owe. And that's the whole point of them changing that form the way that it is now, is because they don't really want y'all to get refunds, because most of y'all been overpaying anyway. And y'all wait and getting $800 back from the government, and y'all be so happy, like, oh, my refund. Nah, y'all just basically gave Uncle Sam $1,000 that he can go loan to somebody else and make interest off of your money. Why would you do that? I'm not in the business of loaning money out to anybody, okay? Especially the government, okay? So if y'all don't understand, W4 form 4C, the only lines you need to worry about, okay? Miss Cynthia says she uses Fetch, Receipt Pal, Receipt Pig to scan receipts and turn into money. I do know Ibotta is one that I used to use. So they do have them. Let's see. A Receipt Hog. She says she used that one also. And Miss One says, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, because I have been giving y'all good information. I definitely am over my 8 o'clock, but I definitely want to see if I can get all these questions out. So I'm going to run through TikTok and see what else y'all saying. Where can I get the student loan forgiveness form? If you want the student loan forgiveness form, it is called the Borrower's Defense. If you need it, just send me a message. I will send it to you along with the picture so that you can see if your school is on the list. Y'all dragging your feet. And I promise in 2025, I'm going to make a video going, I told y'all. And some of y'all ain't even got y'all loans dismissed, because you know what they're going to say? We ran out of money. That's exactly what they're going to say. So if y'all ain't with it, y'all going to be left behind. So make sure you do it. And it says, how can I get forgiveness for the student loan? Same thing. Use that form. Simply Red said, what is the best chapter to file? When you're filing bankruptcy, your situation determines which chapter you're going to file, the 7 or the 13. If you don't have houses and cars, you are more than likely will fall into a 7. There are some people who have chapter 7s who have cars and houses. It has everything to do with how much equity you have in your home. So all of these things matter. So your situation is what determines. Your income also determines, okay? If you're making, $250,000, you might can't do a chapter 7 because you make too much based off of where you live. Okay. All of these things I can help y'all figure out just by punching in a couple things. So y'all can just hit me up. Queen B says, I'm definitely needing your help with student loans and getting an LLC for my son's daughter. Please, Queen B, send me. All y'all gotta do is book me, shamikasaves.com, book that consultation, and let's talk. Okay, this is what your girl does all the time. Credit, bankruptcy, hell, man problems. Y'all hit me up. I got it. It says, hi. Okay, I answered that one. Okay, Samantha, clip them coupons, girl. C. Hay says, paying only half my cards, can't afford the rest. Can I choose bankruptcy for those I can't afford? If you file bankruptcy, you cannot pick and choose which cards you want to put in. You have to throw it all in. Okay, so if you're thinking about filing, now I can say this: if you're thinking about filing, you sure you're gonna file, and you got a couple dollars left on your card, it's going to be forgiven anyway. So it's up to you. Do you leave that money on the card and not use it? Or do you plan and get a couple things because you say, well, shoot, I can't have no credit for 6 months. I might need these tires. I can't tell y'all what to do. I'm just throwing things out there, okay? So no, you can't pick and choose. No, you can't say I love Navy Federal, but I hate Chase. If you got credit cards, they all go in. But guess what? Banks love you. They will give you a second chance. Bankruptcy is their friend, just like it's yours. They like when you file bankruptcy. They hate when you don't pay. Bankruptcy is way better than a charge off. And I don't care what financial guru says opposite, because we can go down to the facts and look at the actual credit reports and see the difference. Big difference. Okay. Banks treat you with respect when you do bankruptcy versus, fuck it, I'm just not going to pay y'all. Okay. Because I feel like I like somebody to work out a payment plan with me versus taking my money and don't pay me at all. All right. It says, I turned mine in and I'm in forbearance with only certain loans. Oh, congratulations, Erica M. I love that. She's talking about her student loans. What happens to your equity when you file bankruptcy? It's protected. Bam. Did not tell y'all the difference between the poor thinking and the rich. This is why rich folks always use bankruptcy, because it's protected. You have a bankruptcy has provisions that it protects a certain amount of your equity, but they can't force you to sell unless you got a whole mansion and you just cannot afford to pay nothing. And the bank and the court's like, look, you're gonna need to sell so that you can live. Now that will make sense. But if you have a house and it has a lot of equity, they're not going to make you sell it. They want to protect the equity because it's yours. You earned that. So the bankruptcy is so that nobody can threaten you with foreclosure or taking something from you that you have built the equity up in. I'd rather sit in bankruptcy for 5 years and know that my equity is protected than every other month worrying if I'm gonna be on the foreclosure list. Y'all get what I'm saying? It's all about having a peace of mind. And that is exactly what bankruptcy does for me. And hopefully it'll do that for y'all once you understand it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, thank you for telling my internet was out. Don't worry, I'm getting a new one. Okay, I'm leveling up myself. Okay. How much is the trust account cost? Trust costs different amounts. They're usually a couple $100s to a couple $1,000, but a lot of that has to depend on what's going in that trust. If you don't have a whole lot of stuff, it's not going to cost you a lot of money. It's probably going to be less than $1,000 for sure. Let's see. It says I went. It says can have only my cards, can afford the rest. I don't know what you're saying, James Washington. You might have to send me a message on the side because that one didn't make no sense. Okay, let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Ms. One says I filed for bankruptcy 2 times and do not regret it. I'm telling you, and I don't think a damn thing is wrong with it. Okay, if you can file bankruptcy 5 and 6 times, that means you lived a nice long life and you should have a whole lot of stuff. Because bankruptcy most of the time gonna wipe out all your debt anyway. So if you file twice, you better have some nice stuff in your house, Miss One. Okay. All right. Let's see. Cynthia says, for all who don't know, Shamika gives great advice. The book of consultation, she has helped me out a lot. Thank you very much. And I hope I help a lot of y'all out, even if I don't have time to do a consultation, even if we just talk or y'all just get the information from here. I do hope that what I have experienced and learned, have read, and have helped other people. I hope it helps you guys too, because life is too short and I am not trying to stress and die because I cannot pay a credit card back. And I definitely don't want y'all to do that either. Okay. And you're right. I keeps it 100. I'm going to tell you the real deal. Okay. All right. Montu God, I believe I answered that. It says, how would one file for bankruptcy? Basically, if you're interested in it, hit me up. Let's look at your credit. Let's see. I'll send you a checklist of all the stuff you need to have for the bankruptcy. And before I go, bankruptcy, you can get out of debt in y'all draws, okay? Because all you got to do is go on Zoom and talk to the people. You don't even got to wear no pants, okay? Now, where else can y'all get out of debt and not go to jail for being half naked? But you can right here with bankruptcy. It just got too many things for me to say not to do it. Okay. Do you need to go to an attorney for the trust? You can. It depends. You can go to some paralegals who know how to do it. If you have a question, Miss Rosie, send me a message. We can talk offline to see what you have and go from there. But some trust can be very, very simple. All right. All right. So I appreciate you guys. It's 8:44. I'm definitely way past my time. But I hope I taught you guys something. Thank you, TikTok people, for being here. Make sure y'all like and follow. I am about to start my YouTube back, and baby, I got some good stuff. It's so much fraud going on that I cannot wait to drop these videos. 1, to let y'all know how they do them, and 2, to keep y'all safe so that y'all don't fall in these traps. Because baby, these fraudsters are getting good, which is another reason why you don't need no damn debt, because you don't even know who you paying or if you really even owe these people. I ain't gonna try to convince y'all. I done told y'all enough. Okay. So happy Monday. Thank y'all for all the birthday wishes. RIP to OJ. But we learning stuff from the rich, even in death. Okay. And I will see y'all here next Monday. And I am thinking about doing Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But I got to get myself back motivated because I was going to do Fraud Fridays, whatever Wednesday, so we could talk about whatever, and then Mondays be my normal regular giving y'all what's going on in the world. Okay, so if y'all like that, it sounds like a good idea, then y'all know y'all can drop me a message. Let me know if something y'all want to see me talk about, something y'all want to see me make a video on. Let me know. Y'all know I can do this all day. I ain't even had no water and been talking to y'all for a whole hour and 45 minutes because your girl loves doing this. Okay. So love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Be blessed. See y'all next week. Because I'm gonna start my rollout probably the week after. So, but I'll see y'all soon. And if y'all have any questions, hit me up. Okay, we are here to help one another be the best that we can be, because we all cannot do it by ourselves. And I can't do it alone either. So I thank you guys, because y'all make me good at what I do. All right. So see y'all next week. All right. Take care. Bye. See y'all. And thank you, Miss Cynthia, for coming back. I've been missing you. Y'all have a good one. Bye.